We are standing here at the gates of what many Montrealers consider to be heaven on earth, the Montreal International Beer Festival. This is the 20th anniversary, and with over 500 beers from 120 breweries, it's a huge event. Who better to be our guide than Mr. Charles Brierbrier, owner of Brierbrier Brewing, a longtime participant in the event. And Charles, thank you very much for taking the time.
Pleasure.
Your name actually means...
The name Beerbrier comes from the word brewer of beer in German. The family used to do this centuries ago in Europe. Here I am, you know, many years later.
Back doing the family business.
Doing what I was destined to do.
What are some of the challenges of being a mid-level or microbrewer?
Well, the whole thing is getting the word out. And I think that people's palates are evolving and changing. So people want better food, people want better wines. Well, the beer culture is evolving too. People want better beers.
What do people do when they come into Beerfest?
The way it works is you have beers from different countries and different regions that are being represented here.
Okay.
And really, it's a forum for people to try new things and see beers they might not otherwise know.
I would like to try some Brierbrier beer. It is 11:30 in the morning. We're here all day. Wish us luck. We may not make it out alive. So we're outside where we have the Brierbrier tent. All right, let's try it out. That's great. What is the fermentation process? How does that affect the flavor?
Since it's an ale and we use an ale yeast, you can see that we have a nice golden color.
Yep.
It has a smooth taste and a bit of a crisp finish at the end.
Okay.
That's really what distinguishes our ale.
It's almost noon, and I noticed that back inside there's a huge selection of beers from all over the world. Do you want to go on a tour around the world in about 8, maybe 9 beers? Does that work?
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. Let's do it.
So here we go, 9 beers before lunch. The last time I tried this was in Cégep, and man, I learned my lesson.
We are crossing the Atlantic, and we're starting with Newcastle brown ales.
It's a little darker in color, obviously, but you can have hints of more malt as well. To the Queen.
To the Queen. It's beautiful. It's time to move east. So to Ireland.
Legend has it that when Arthur Guinness started his brewery, he was trying to make a lighter type of beer and accidentally roasted the grain too much.
Okay.
And it gave a dark color. And when they sold it, people liked it.
Okay, that's strong. It's got some real bold flavor there. And we are now in Germany, and we are having a beer called Krambacher. Prost!
Prost.
Prost! The Italian leg of our tour. Salud!
Salud.
Salud. To the Orient. Kampai.
Bye.
All right. Super clean.
Yeah, when you're finished drinking it, it sort of cuts off crisp and clean. It doesn't leave much of an aftertaste, so very dry beer.
Fantastic. Great stuff. How many beer fests have you been to now?
3.
My understanding is this is the largest beer expo in North America.
I think there's something like 350,000 people that show up.
I love Montreal. I've only been here once before. It's awesome.
So far, what are you drinking here?
I've been sampling all the IPAs.
You are a beer man. It's not whiskey. It's not wine.
It's holy water.
It's holy water. It's holy water.
Yes.
So we're going to have ourselves an IPA or an India Pale Ale.
The history of it, the British, when they were sending supplies and food and beer over to India for their soldiers, they would make this beer, and they would put a lot of hops in it as a sort of antibacterial agent which would fight off bacteria, and it would be very hoppy.
So we're going to have beer from Brazil, I guess.
I mean, they actually have the strongest beer alcohol-wise this year's booth.
Okay.
15.1% alcohol.
Double IPA, 15.1%. We're really taking a risk here. But I think it's representative of what's going on in Brazil because Brazil brews some of the strongest beers that you can get right now, highest alcohol level. Shall we? Cheers. And I'll see you on the other side, Charles.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that is amazing.
That is amazing.
Very, very nice.
Yeah. On to the next one.
You know what? I think it's time I laid off the alcohol. Because I'm definitely seeing things.
Does he have a name?
Yes, Bucky.
Baki.
Bucky Bach.
Baki Bach. So this is actually a giant mug of beer. So you see it's overflowing here with the insulation. Over here it comes out of the side of his mouth. This is the official mascot?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a motor.
It's not, no, it's not a monster. It's not a monster. Baki Bach, good luck. Godspeed.
Bye-bye.
Prost.
Salud.
Salud.
Kampai. Prost.
Prost.
Prost. We did it. Around the world in 8 or 9 beers, I think. And I gotta say, if this is the brewer's life, this is not a bad life.
Not at all. I mean, listen, even on our worst day, it's still better than most people's good day.
Charles, I would not want to go on a cross-the-world trip with anybody else.
Well, thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
It's been fun.
It's been fun.